Hi guys and ladies, I found a recipe for parmesan crusted chicken with bacon cream sauce. Well, being the oddball I am, why not Asiago crusted bass with that same sauce? And I have all the ingredients for this, except one. Well, you know what it is, the bass. I'm gonna make my first cast right here off the dock. Let's start out with this. It's simply a jig, and on it is a plastic creature to give it some more attraction. I haven't used a jig like this in a few years, so let's see if we can catch a bass or two with it. Check out the notes under the video for info on everything. Now, let's get fishing. I don't believe it! The very first cast. Oh my gosh, this is a dream. Look at that, perfect. I think it's a good eater too. If it's under 12 inches, we can keep it. Read the notes below on why we keep the small ones and toss back the big ones. 11.5 inches, this is perfect. For all of you out there who condemn me for taking, quote, sport fish, please be advised, Bill Dance does the same thing in his lake, I know for a fact. And also, Ray Scott, founder of Bass Angler Sportsman Society, he calls out his small bass too. It's the thing to do, say the pond experts, to maximize the size of the rest of the fish. I'll hear no more. Got one! Right under the boat! Right under the boat! Oh, it's too big. Come on, honey. Come here. Oh, come on. I got you. I got you. Oh, look at this beast. I know big fish, big bass like big jigs. And look, it's no record, but it's a nice fish. Let me weigh him. 3 pounds. These are the kind we're going to preserve, so I'm throwing them right back. Yeah, it's a fish. It's not a branch. I thought it was a branch. What is this? Crappie? No. It's a nice one. Okay. All right. I've been out here for, I don't want to say how many hours. Look at this. Beautiful. I don't know if I could keep it. It's awful big. 12 1/8. I'm going to discount that 1/8. This is a keeper. We need it for our recipe. I'm standing up, and sometimes you have to stand up to get up under these branches with a cast. Well, the best cast is the flip. I'm not good at that, but I can sidearm cast pretty well. And that gets up. Yeah, what is this? It can't be a fish, but it is. It's towing the boat. Help! There's a fish somewhere in there. Yes, it is. There must be a stump too. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It is a fish. Goodness. Oh, what is this? Like 10 minutes later, this thing was wrapped around a log. Oh, it's a nice one. I thought it was a lot bigger. Seems bigger than that last one. That's a nice fish. She's going back. 2 3/4. It's been really, really slow, so I'm going to go with a different lure. It's called an AC Shiner. They make these somewhere near Cincinnati, Ohio. At least they used to years ago. It was one of my favorite lures in my youth. Got him. Oh, little guy, but nice. Nice to catch a fish. Okay. I'm celebrating because it's been such a long time between fish. Oh, goodness, yes. I had to wait until dusk, you see. Perfect eating fish. Whoa. The old AC Shiner. I told you, I loved this bait when I was young. We only got these 3 nice keeper bass, but 2 big beasts that we released for good behavior. We've got plenty for our recipe because I have more bass back in the freezer. So let's get back in the house and fillet these guys. And tomorrow it's Asiago crusted bass with bacon cream sauce. As promised, here it is tomorrow. Fishing was slow, but even so, we managed to catch 2 really nice bass and 3 nice keepers. The keepers alone, look, gave us almost a pound of these nice fillets. And I'm going to supplement these with small bass I had in the freezer. But before we get on with our Asiago crusted bass, let's make a tomatoey side dish. The recipe calls for grape tomatoes cut in half, but I like these better. These are called Compre, and they're a little bit bigger, so I'll cut them in thirds. I like that name, Compre. The first thing I'm going to do is put these tomatoes into this medium bowl. Here's about 4 ounces of chopped onions. I chopped these myself. Now I've got 4 ounces of Amish gorgonzola. Isn't gorgonzola an Italian cheese? Sort of like Chinese enchiladas, I guess. I'm going to mix this up. What I'm doing now is making a little dressing. Let's use a tablespoon of olive oil, followed up by a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Oh, got to put the spoon the right way. Here is a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Here's a couple teaspoons of oregano. Now I'm going to put the tomatoes into a bigger bowl. And to it, we're going to add our dressing, stir, and we're done. We're done, baby. It's on to the fish, and what you see me doing now is crisping up some bacon for our bacon cream sauce. Look at this. Our bacon is ready to crumble. I left a little grease in the pan. So into this skillet with some bacon grease, I'm adding 3/4 a cup of heavy cream. Let's whisk. It's foaming up, just as the directions predicted. Now I've got 2 tablespoons of softened cream cheese. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to melt this down until it's smooth. Look how velvety this sauce is. And it's low carb. Now I'm going to add, I don't know, a tablespoon or so of Belgioioso Asiago. I'm going to add some of our bacon crumbles into this. Maybe about half. Last, I'm going to put in a teaspoon or so, maybe a little less, of garlic powder. I said that was last, but it's too thick. So I'm going to add some more cream. Let it thicken up now. I'm done. I'm going to put this on the back burner on very low, and I'm going to lay out our fish. Here's our fish. I'm going to take a little salt and pepper combo here. I'm back in the painting business. I'm going to dab each fillet with a little mayo. A Monet I am not. Back to our Asiago. I'm going to top each piece with maybe a tablespoon or so of this Asiago. Well, this is it. I'm going to put our little creek chubs in the oven now for like, 11 minutes. Let's see how that works. While our little minnows are roasting away in the oven, I have to let you know. The famous celebrity restaurant and food critic, Miss Lulu Cheeks, has agreed to join me here for dinner tonight, and I'm thrilled. But you should know, I've been trying to get her to marry me for decades, but without any luck. I don't think she appreciates my intelligence. Maybe I'm not on the same intellectual level as she is, but I'm pretty sharp too, and I need to impress that on her. It's been about 12 minutes. Let's see what we have. I'm loving this. I didn't taste it, but I love it already. Look at that. Notice the cheese gets crispy around the edge. Well, I've got our sauce here. Now, I'm going to spoon some of this over each fillet. I've got plenty of cream sauce on there. Now watch the rest of our bacon. And there's plenty of this too. I overdid it. I'm going to have a quick taste. Bacony, cheesy, creamy, rich. Oh, make this please. This may be my best ever. Oh, is this good? Wow. I'm so honored to once again have as my guest the famous celebrity restaurant and food critic, Miss Lulu Cheeks. And thank you so much for dining with me at my tragic, troublesome trailer house. And you had the pleasure, I hope, of chowing down on my tomato gorgonzola salad and my Asiago crusted bass with bacon cream sauce. And I'm anxious to know what you thought of them.
They were both very delicious. The tomato gorgonzola salad was refreshing, and of course I love cheese. And the Asiago crusted bass with the bacon was
rich,
yummy, and the bacon was very crispy, and I loved it.
So creamy yet crispy.
Oh, yes.
I like that.
It was a great menu.
Thank you. You know, Miss Cheeks. Oh, I can say Lulu now. I hate to see summer end. I don't like snow and cold. Did you know that the seasons are caused by the tilt of the earth as it goes around the sun?
I'm not as dumb as you look.
Huh? Oh, can I have a hug?